It happens every year. As soon as the Christmas break is over, there is one thing happening in this town. It's time for Totem, where you live. Well, hello there, Port Alberni. Yes, it is time for Totem. Totem 63, in fact, 63 years, making this the longest running high school basketball tournament in British Columbia. And I am here in the Armada gym with Mr. Mike Roberts from the athletics department. Mike, this is a pretty big deal.
It is a big deal. I mean, it seems like we were just here yesterday talking about Totem 62, but you know, it's a year's worth of planning, and we're a couple of weeks away. The kids are excited, the school's abuzz, and as we always say, it is a big deal. It
is a big deal, and it's funny because there's not very many people out there watching this that don't catch Totem spirit, but there's a few of them that don't get what a huge event that is in the high school, in the life of every student, whether or not they play basketball.
Yeah, we're working hard to get the grade 8s and 9s to understand what exactly Totem is, but if you're at the senior level, and if you could poll the kids in grade 12, what's the single most, you know, cool, interesting, fun, neat thing that happened at the school, I'll bet you there's a lot that are going to talk about Totem.
They totally are. I know my kids were like that. Tell me a little bit about feature games. What time are the feature games every night of the tournament? When is the tournament happening?
So the tournament is January 11, 12, 13, of course 2018, and we have feature games Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night. What's unique about Totem is regardless of our efforts or outcomes, we always have the feature game. So you can set your calendar and know that if you show up here on one of those evenings, you're going to see a big crowd and lots of action, and hopefully we're on the winning side.
Hopefully we're on the winning side. Now Shaw is going to be here for the Friday night feature games. You always have a bit of a between game show between the girls and the boys games.
We have our Wall of Fame. And so this year we have 3 inductees into the Wall of Fame. We have Doug Lindors, who's going in as builder category as coach. We have Alyssa Herkel for golf. And we have a colleague, a very own here in the P department, Eric Waldriff for soccer.
Wow. Yeah. The Wall of Fame, and there's always a lot of alumni that come out to watch the games.
Yes, there's so much activity here. We got a dance team, a cheer team. There's actually a mini game going on this year with little kids. It's a community thing.
It is totally a community thing. How many teams this year?
16. Yeah, we said that we were only going to do it once and one off, and now I think we're in our 4th year of doing 8 and 8, so I don't see that going away.
I don't see it going away at all either. Mike, thank you so much for telling me about it. We're going to be back with Mike in just a few minutes talking a little bit about Totem spirit, because that's a big part of this whole thing. We're also going to be talking to the coaches, find out how the girls Armada and the boys senior Armada are doing this year. What are their chances in Totem? But before we do that, we're heading over to Echo Center, where lunch is being served with a flourish. It happens in community groups across the country. Special events are planned, and when the big day comes, the kitchen is full of women, cooking, preparing, and usually serving food. But about 15 years ago in Port Alberni, that paradigm shifted just slightly when one of those women spoke up.
She said it would be nice to have some help from you boys sometimes. And I thought, well, what the heck, I'm going to ask these guys and see if they're interested. And I asked them, and all of them accepted.
We were actually the Dragon Boat team. All the guys from it came out to serve tea one time, and it just came from then.
And what came from that one event were the Sunshine Servers, a group of volunteers who take this act of service very seriously.
Well, the gentlemen always get dressed up for this event, and they look so elegant in their outfits, and the people really appreciate the extra attention to service that they give.
And who wouldn't enjoy the extra attention? The servers have become more popular every year, serving at teas and banquets, ushering at theatrical events and fashion shows, all year round, always free of charge.
Anyone who needs us or wants us, we're available, because we love doing this. None of the people that is with this is doing it because he has to. Nobody. We're all doing it because we love doing it. And we all feel the same way, that it's about time we serve the people rather than being served.
There are 16 Sunshine Servers currently active in the group, always recognizable in their trademark bow ties.
Yes, it's really special. And they have a few different outfits. Sometimes they get dressed up in their red, and today they're wearing their black outfits, so they look very elegant.
People really appreciate the fact that people are making an effort. Like, it's an effort, well, not really an effort, but you know, to get dressed up and stuff and serve them, they appreciate it, and they say, you're really doing something for us.
And as much as those being served are appreciative, the servers are clearly enjoying themselves.
You know, there's very few things you can spend a couple hours in your life and make things better for, like in this case, 200 people, or other events, you know, anywhere from 70 to a couple hundred people, and it's sort of a nice thing to be able to do.
I heard a lot of men say sometimes, you know, since I retired, I got nothing to do. And it is very simple to find something to do. There's always something you can do for the community.
This goes to Rob Watson from Echo Village.
Oh my gosh, don't those servers look so dapper with their bow ties and vests? I really think they add an air of elegance to any event. Now, we are here, of course, at the Armada Gym at ADSS, and just like I promised, I am here with a coach. We have Craig Brooks, coach from the Senior Boys Armada. Craig, how you doing?
I'm doing just fantastic. How are you?
I'm doing very well, but even more to the point, how's the team doing this year?
The team looks fantastic. We have a ton of fantastic athletes on here. We have 13 young men, half of which are in their graduating year. I have one grade 10 student athlete who is an up-and-coming player.
You going to give me any names who we should watch for?
One of the names you need to look for is Mr. Jaden Moss, Rune Sinclair. They're both our captains. Two completely different styles of leadership. Jaden is more the rah, let's go get him, and Rune is sort of that quiet leader on the court, directing things defensively for us.
Nice. And what's it like as a coach to prepare this team for the biggest game of their high school years?
It's a combination of fun and work. It makes it easier when you have a group of guys that want to come in every day. They can't get enough basketball. They love the sport, and they love representing their team, the school, and the community at large.
And it's got to be a big deal to have a crowd cheering them on, because they get a crowd here that most high school teams don't get.
Oh, it's amazing. The energy in here is electric. The sound is just, it boggles the mind. It really does. And the kids feed off that energy too.
Absolutely. Well, Craig, thank you for all you're doing. I'm going to watch for those guys during the games when I'm here. We're going to be back talking to the girls' coach in just a few minutes, but before we do that, we're heading over to Alberni Elementary School. It's safe to say that excitement runs pretty high in youngsters in the days leading up to Christmas. But in Monsieur Baudel's grade 5-6 class at Alberni Elementary School, that excitement is stretched out as they participate in the 12 days of Christmas.
So 12 days leading up to Christmas break, we have different activities or events that happen in the school. Try and build Christmas cheer, and working from our school and then out. So we try and spread that cheer to the neighborhood.
And spreading cheer in the neighborhood is exactly what's happening today as the class prepares for their Jingle Bell Walk.
The students in the school have all made little cards that say Merry Christmas from Alberni Elementary, and we're going to be delivering them to our neighbors. So we're just going around in the neighborhood and delivering them on doors.
It's just one way for us to have fun and to be nice to the people in our neighborhood, because it's Christmas time and you want to be nice to people at Christmas.
But the Jingle Bell Walk happens on only one day out of the 12, leaving 11 other days to fill with activities.
Other events were Christmas movie day, hot chocolate day where we give hot chocolate to all the kids, snowflake day where we made paper snowflakes and hung them in the window. Part of it was a fundraiser for the Bread of Life.
We were making popcorn for the kids at our school, and it was $2 for a bag for each kid, and then we raised money for the Bread of Life.
That was a big thing for the kids. They wanted to raise money. These were two new events that we hadn't done previous years. It was stuff that was brainstormed by the students, and we managed to raise $675 for Bread of Life.
I was amazed because it's going to such a good cause and it's in the community. So.
It is amazing that this one little class could raise so much money. But what's even more impressive is seeing students so connected, not to their electronic devices, but to their community.
I think students, yeah, they spend a lot of time on devices and connected that way, and to have them connect with each other and with other students, and then connect with the community, and I think it's really probably a good way to defeat the device addiction we have. And that's something I found that anytime I do these kinds of projects is that students really enjoy it.
And just in case these students haven't quite melted your heart yet, I asked Sarah what the true meaning of Christmas was to her.
To make other people happy and to give, not receive.
Well, I promised you an interview with the head coach from the senior girls Armada, and I am here with Ryan Burkhausen. Ryan, I can't believe a whole year has passed.
I know, it just seems like it's yesterday almost, eh? These years just keep going by and we end up back in this gym.
Back in this gym for the 63rd?
Yeah.
I know, Totem 63, it's crazy.
I know.
Now, Ryan, you're coaching the senior girls this year.
Yeah.
What does the team look like?
We've been quite successful so far this year. We're actually 6-0. We won our second league game last night, so we beat John Barsby in a actually a really tight battle, which was important for us. We've actually won some pretty big wins so far, so that was the first real close game we had, and the girls were very resilient, and we came out with a win.
So what is this team's biggest strength?
I would say just that toughness. I always say Port Alberni toughness. We're tough. We're not the most skilled team. I'm not going to sell that on you guys, but I tell you, we are tough and we work hard and we play real good defense.
Okay, you're telling me this team has got a lot of heart.
Yeah, that's for sure. Heart of the Valley, right?
Heart of the Valley.
Yeah.
What's it like coaching them for Totem? Because this has got to be one of the highlights of their high school career.
It is. The biggest thing about Totem tournament is keeping the nervousness down. I mean, they just come out here, and I always say their first shots are always about 10 feet long because they have so much adrenaline and they're so excited. So it's about keeping those nerves in check and just remembering they're doing something they've done for years.
Yeah. But having said all that, it's the same, but it's totally different because this gym is going to be right full. They're going to play those feature games to cheers like they've never heard before.
That's for sure. The building is shaking. It's crazy. All their friends are in the audience, you know, and they come out through that tunnel of cheerleaders, and yeah, it's something that not a lot of high school kids get to experience.
You know what? I got to figure it's something not a lot of high school coaches get to experience either.
No.
You love this.
Yeah, I do love this. Yeah, I've done it for the senior boys. Now I'm doing it for senior girls. I've played in this tournament, so this is my kind of third go around at it. And every year I'm excited about it. But yeah, I have to keep my emotions in check too. I think that balances the team as well. So.
Ryan, thank you so much for telling me about it. It's going to be a great tournament. Totem 63. I haven't been covering it for 63 years, I'll tell you that. Now, we've been talking all about Totem. There is, of course, there are a lot of other things going on in the Alberni Valley. We're going to check some of those out before we say goodbye. The music is infectious. You can't help but move your feet. But in this Zumba class, it's not just the tunes that get your heart pounding. The instructor herself is a veritable force of nature.
Zumba is basically the second love for me. It's when you do Zumba, it's just it brings happiness and it gives us joy and it connects people together. It's what it does.
Okay, but however passionate Boucher is about Zumba, it's just another exercise class, isn't it?
I come back because it's not just an exercise class, right? Zumba was more than just exercise. It was about love. It was about connecting with people that you had never met before and feeling amazing when you walked out the doors.
It's connecting people. I love being around people, and it's a way to connect with other people.
Love and making connections, all while dancing your heart out. So somehow it seems like a natural decision for this group of women to give back some of that warmth to the community by donating socks and scarves, mittens and hats for 2 local agencies that serve people in need, ACAUSE and Bread of Life.
We didn't even know it was happening, and here it is. It's that kind of thing where people say, there's a group in need, let's see what we can do to help. They have such exuberance and such energy. It's the kind of thing we need for the Bread of Life support. Sharing what you have in your joy with others who need it.
You know, I just wanted to be part of this Christmas to do something for the community, and I think because Zumba brings people together, so what a great way of doing it. I grew up in a big home, a big community, a big neighborhood where people come together in sickness and health and joy as well. And I think I just brought this here, and I miss it, and I want to do it here too.
That's what it's all about. It's all about that message of how we can get together and share the joy that we have and the things that we do on a daily basis, and just say, well, let's add a little extra and give something to somebody in need.
Every day of the year is a day to give. And if something happens that allows you to do that even more than you normally do, then take that invitation.
Well, take a good look, Port Alberni. These are your candidates for Totem Spirit this year. Maybe one of the most important parts of Totem. Well, I know basketball is pretty important. These are the folks, these are the young people that are representing the brightest and the best in your high school. What's your name?
Gracie.
And who are you representing?
Social justice. And I'm Jordan, and I'm representing Physics 12.
Lucia, and I'm representing the dance team.
I'm Jenna, and I'm representing the cheer team.
I'm Lachlan, I'm representing the senior band.
And I am Nancy Wilmot, I'm representing Shaw TV. We'll see you next time where you live.